Guys, I heard that you wanted to learn 1,181,184 Latin grooves in under 5 minutes for free. So I figured I'd give you something to help you work that out. Here's the deal. I'm not going to be able to talk about all Latin music in this 5 minutes. I'm not even going to try. So please don't fault me for the stuff I don't go over in this video. But what I do go over will give you over 1 million authentic, solid, nice sounding Latin grooves, and will also give you the ability to improvise over 4 major feels kind of effortlessly. So we're going to dive right in, right? I'm down to 4 minutes to show you this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the 4 most common foot patterns, combine them with the 4 most common left hand patterns, but I'm going to turn that into 7 patterns, and then the classic 16 patterns that I talk about in all my videos. There's only 16 things you can do with 4 notes, whether they're quarter notes, 8th notes, or 16th notes. There's only 16 rhythms there. So those 16 rhythms over those 7 hand patterns over those 4 hand patterns, foot patterns. Okay. So first, the 4 foot patterns. Bossa Nova first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass, hat, bass, bass, hat, bass, right, left, right, right, left, right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Double time that. It's close cousin samba. Basically same foot pattern, double the speed. Counted in 16th notes usually. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Bossa Nova, generally samba. And again, I got to pick a tempo. Okay. So Bayo, much easier to play fast. It's only got 3 notes per bar. 1, the and of 2 and 4. So they sound even at first and then they reset. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1. Again, that rhythm is in 50% of the music you hear. Okay, and then its close relative, we're going to take away the first note of the Bayo, and we're left with something called a tumbao pattern, which is the and of 2 and 4 with the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, this is all meant to mimic other instruments in the band. We're supposed to be like 3 percussionists and a bass player. This is the foot. Right? Tambourine, hand claps. You can also alter the left foot on those last 2 patterns. I was playing it on the offbeats. 1, 2, 4. 2 and 4. You can put it on the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So basically, we're at 2,300,000 grooves now. All right, so moving on to the left hand. The first pattern that I think people should learn over all of these foot patterns is what I call the conga pattern sheet. And it's basically meant to mimic, right, that classic hand drum pattern. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Play that over all the foot patterns. You can use 2 toms if you want. Samba. Twice as fast, Bayo. Tumbao. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Again, these feels, halftime and double time is really ambiguous. So count your 8th notes, count your 16th notes. But there's not much of a right or wrong there. Okay, so now the next 3 left-hand patterns are based on one pattern called the clave. Okay, clave is basically the most common foundational rhythm in South American music. It's really one of the most foundational rhythms in all the world now, but originating in South America. It's a call and response, 3 notes in the first phrase, 2 notes in the second phrase. The most common clave is called the son clave, and this is it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2. Okay. We're going to bump the 3rd beat of the 2nd bar back an 8th note and create what's called the Brazilian clave, which is cool because it's got 5 evenly spaced notes and then it resets. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's cool also because it resets in the middle of the phrase. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And you've also got the rumba clave, which is when we are going to leave the second bar alone. We're going to bump beat 4 of the first bar back in 8th note. 1 and 2 and 4 and 2 3 4 1 2 3 and 2. So with the bossa nova, with the bio. All 3 of those patterns are legit. Now we have to also play them what we call 2-3, where the 2-note pattern comes first and then the 3, because in Latin music the foundation is it's either going to be 3-2 or 2-3. They're not that interchangeable. Sometimes it's really hidden, but the musicians playing the tune know, and that's kind of what's keeping the interaction glued together. So if we reverse them all, right? Again, I'll do it under the samba just for variety. Now we're going to do the 2-3 son clave. 2-3. I'm also kind of playing on different parts of the drum here just so you can hear the call and response. That's neither normal or strange. It's just I'm doing it for you guys. But I'll keep it the same from now on. So we've also got Brazilian clave, 2-3. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3. And the rumba clave, let's do the rumba clave over the bio with the downbeat bass drum. Rumba clave, 2-3. Ready? So again, I'm starting to piece them together now. We're in the tens of thousands already, and we haven't added the right hand. So we've got 4 foot patterns, 7 hand patterns in chronologically difficult order. And now comes the deal with the right hand. Now this is the easiest part, but also the longest. As I've said, there's only 16 things you can do with 4 notes. So what you want to do is you want to practice all of these patterns. Start with the simplest pattern with the feet and the simplest pattern with the hands, and work all 65,536 right hand patterns. The reason it gets that big is because we're combining, right? So the first time you do quarter notes, 1 bar, you only have 16 different choices of what to do. The first note, the second note, the third note, the fourth note, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 1 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and none of them. That's it, okay? That's 16 measures. Now when we go to 8th notes with the right hand, doubling the speed, you know, we're quarter notes, 1, 2, rest, 4, 1, 2, rest, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1. But when we switch to 8th notes, 4 notes now goes by twice in a bar. So now we have 16 times 16 possibilities with the right hand. 256 with the bio and son clave. Anything you want here. But remember, you got to go through a systematic book. Syncopation is one of the best ones, so that you're doing these permutations with the right hand in the right order. You start with 1, 2, 3, 4. All the 8th notes, all the quarter notes. Then you want to go 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Move the 8th notes down. Add 8th notes, move them down. All right, so what I said I was going to do, bio, son pattern, son, 3, 2, son, clave, and anything, right? You're going to be able to do that by repeating the simpler patterns for longer. So that's 8th notes. Once we get to 16th notes with the samba or the bio, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 4 groups of 4 over here. 1 E-enda, 2 E-enda, 3 E-enda, 4 E-enda, but we still only have 16 things to do with each of those. So we have 65,536 patterns to learn with the right hand, but you don't have to learn them all. You only have to learn 16. That's the whole point. You just keep combining them as it gets faster and faster. You do pairs and then groups of 4 on top of that. So there you go. I know I wasn't able to keep it under 5 minutes, but I kept it under 10, so it's a start. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, just hit me in the comments or email me. Thanks for watching. Bye.